Well, fighters from the same al-Qaeda-linked group, the ISIL, are also fighting in neighbouring Iraq. They're battling local police and Sunni Muslim tribes in Ramadi and Fallujah in the Anbar province. Now, a provincial official has acknowledged that the government has lost control of Fallujah, where at least 15 people have been killed in violence since Monday. Al Jazeera's Imran Khan joins me now here in studio. He's reported extensively from Iraq. Imran, let's just begin with the Iraqi Prime Minister. He's been talking in the last hour. What's he been saying about the situation?
Well, he's given a speech on television, and the speech was twofold. It was very reconciliatory. It was about, he's been accused several times by several different groups of being prejudiced against Sunnis, of harassing and detaining Sunni leaders, and of using a paramilitary force against Sunni targets within Baghdad itself. So he's under a lot of pressure from the Sunni group. So this speech was very much saying that the operation that was in Fallujah and in Anbar province was vital for the security of Iraq. So he's on a real PR mission to make sure that this gets out, that this isn't seen as a sectarian act. However, if you speak to a lot of the Sunni groups in Anbar province, they are saying that this is a sectarian act, that they feel that the Iraqi army won't treat them fairly, and that's why they're stopping the Iraqi army from going into a city like Fallujah, or in fact into Fallujah at the moment. So that's why we're seeing the stalemate happen right now in Anbar province, outside of that city of Fallujah.
There's a very heated discourse going on in Iraq at the moment about this particular operation. Depending on who you ask, are they trying to dislodge al-Qaeda, or are they trying to break down a Sunni uprising? It does depend on who you ask as to how they interpret what's going on there.
Absolutely. I mean, the way that the Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki has said, both in this speech and in the past, is that we are going after those groups who are bringing disharmony, disunity, fitna is the word he used, again in Iraqi society. For that, read al-Qaeda and the affiliated groups. Iraq has just seen the bloodiest year of violence since 2008. Something like 7,000 people have died as a result of violence. He's under a lot of pressure. So that's why he's coming out strong. He's cracking down on anti-government protests. He's also trying to crack down on al-Qaeda fighters, al-Qaeda-linked fighters in Anbar province. But he also knows that he needs to bring those Sunni groups into line, and they need to back him if he's going to be successful.
And that's the problem he has, hasn't it? Because this area has been full of discontent, not just for several weeks, but months now, and he doesn't have a fully functioning government. Sunni groups and leaders are not speaking to him. He's charged some of them with treason, in fact. I mean, he's got a very difficult job in trying to bring this situation back under control.
Well, some would say that that's not his biggest problem. His biggest problem actually is getting people to trust him again. Now, in 2006, 2007, 2008, when Iraq saw its worst sectarian violence, the Sunni groups rose up and they formed these sahwas, these awakening councils, and they effectively took on al-Qaeda themselves, and they won. But then these groups say that actually we were abandoned by the government in Iraq. And then every time we've gone to Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki, he's not given us enough of the resources we need, because we've been telling him for years that these groups are coming back. And so he is in a position now where he's going into, with the Iraqi army, going in to try and sort the situation out, to try and get rid of these al-Qaeda-linked fighters. But the Sunni groups are simply saying it's too little too late.
Well, we shall see how that situation develops, whether it is too little too late. For the moment, Imran, thanks for joining us.